Dad!
What?
Over here!
Shut it.
Over here! Over here, you!
I don't like being filmed.
Over here, you!
Is that right, Pikachu?
Over here, you!
Hey, Pikachu.
Over here!
Hey, Pikachu.
Over here!
Hey, Pikachu.
Shut up! Shut it!
Hey, how are you, Pikachu? You making a film, Pikachu?
Yes! I'm trying to anyway.
Right.
So
Come on,
the concept
Pikachu.
of this is that Lucie's going to make a film about you.
She is. Right. Oscar winner.
Yeah, I'm doing it, Dad.
I'll win an Oscar.
Yeah, you will.
Me.
You always will win an Oscar, Dad.
My great acting skills.
Yes.
Now is the winter weather's concerned.
Charlie! Charlie! Charlie!
So, what do you want to ask me?
What's that?
Ask me anything. What questions do you want to ask?
Oh.
Do you want to know anything about what's happening this week? Or the meaning of life? Or
Oh, and one thing is,
what? What?
do you still love me?
Yeah, I love you. What do you mean, do I still love you? I haven't stopped loving you.
I
I maybe get annoyed with you sometimes, but I don't stop loving you.
know I can be a pain in your fat or something.
Pain in the fat, I would agree with that.
I can be a pain in your fat or
Yeah.
something.
Why is that, do you think?
With me.
I'm asking you the questions now. I will ask the questions.
No, you're not the next one.
Spanish Inquisition.
Yes.
Why don't you interview your dad? Ask him questions about this.
No, I don't want to interview with that.
She'll talk about it, she'll
about you making a
she'll
film.
gradually talk to me as it goes on, won't you?
Yeah, I'm glad you talked about that as it
She
goes
doesn't
on.
really talk to me that much anyway.
I really talk about that.
We really don't talk in that kind of way.
We don't talk in that way.
Well, you my translator, isn't it?
We don't talk in that way, though.
We don't really talk in that way.
We don't talk in that way.
No, we don't talk in that way, do we?
We don't really talk in that way.
We don't talk in that way, do we?
Shut up.
What is it you're building here, Lucie?
I'm trying to build one building. I don't know, so one building. I think.
Is this something that you buy Lego for Lucie before
Aye.
it comes up?
Aye.
Yeah, I just buy them. It's difficult to get them sometimes because she's got so many of them, so I have to just hope that Lego keep on bringing out new stuff.
The problem.
Must have cost
The
me a
problem
bloody
is.
fortune. I should really have shares in Lego.
The problem is right. The problem is.
Do you know what you should do? You should get a job for Lego, designing Lego, new Legos.
I can't.
Why?
I don't want family to do that. The problem is.
Yeah, Lucy's
No.
autism that means that she's not very creative. You know, she doesn't create well, whereas for some reason I do. But she's a very logical thinker in some ways, and sometimes very illogical, normally when it comes to social interaction.
Right. Perfect, Paul. Paul. Perfect. Perfect, my friend. Perfect.
Good. Right.
Well done, absolute perfect.
Alright. Going. Right, what did you want to tell us?
It really is annoying. It's not really annoying having it because I can't do anything that I can't do it. The same thing that normal kids do.
Like what?
I just can't just go outside. I just can't go out one night and say, Mum, I'm going outside. And then Mum lets me. I can't do it. I'm not allowed to do that. Because then Mum will start worrying about my arm and stuff. And it just annoys me. What are you doing? Are you not autistic?
I'm not autistic. I'm dyslexic and dyspraxic.
I know dyslexic, what's dyspraxic then?
Basically my hand and eye coordination, so I'm not really good with like a coordination. So
I know.
I can't, like, you see if we were playing darts, it'll be really difficult for me to hit a bullseye.
What?
Yeah.
And then dyslexic, you're spelling and reading in it.
Yeah. And also to do with memory.
And it,
Because dyslexia is where you capture an image and I'll be able to hold that longer and process it. So if we both got a picture and we both of us looked at it for 10 seconds, I'll be able to remember it all, and maybe you won't, or maybe you will.
so how long did you had that for?
I first got told I was dyslexic when I was halfway through primary 3.
But it ain't wrong with your brother though.
He might be autistic.
He might be.
Yeah, he's diagnosed. I can't even say it.
He diagnosed.
He diagnosed himself to see if he's autistic, and since he's done that, everyone thinks he's autistic as well. Because he says he's on the spectrum for it.
Why is that?
Don't know. He's
No,
like,
so he's saying autistic like myself then,
yeah, he might be autistic like you, but not as bad as you.
but not as bad as me.
No.
How not?
Because you can get different levels of autistic.
So I'm one of the higher levels then.
Yeah, you'll be like on the high level, and there'll be someone higher than you.
My dad's not autistic, he's Asperger's.
So do you enjoy coming up to Glasgow to see your dad? Is it better than down the borders?
Because down there to my mum and my brother, they don't treat me like a child, they don't even treat me like an adult. They treat me like some slave down there. Like some... Basically, what do you... I don't even... Basically, what it is just... He didn't want... Half the time my brother didn't even care about me half the time, Ryan.
I don't know. You tell me about it.
Do you see Ryan as more of a brother? Or do you see Lucy as more of a
No.
sister?
I see Ryan as one of my best friends I ever had.
I do see her as a sister sometimes, because we have like a brother and sister relationship since we carry each other on. So she is kind of like a sister.
Look. That's quite good, isn't it?
Yes!
Right, there we are. And there's another one for
Hi
you as well.
guys!
I would say Peter is like a great man, since he puts a lot of effort into taking care of Lucy and always takes her out, buys her stuff like Lego all the time, and there's always like so much Lego to do. I would say he's like a better dad than normal dads.
Dad, can I ask a question please?
Yep.
What job were you doing before you became an artist then, darling?
I worked for a sewage company. That was a very interesting job.
Yes,
Bit smelly.
yes.
I worked for Tesco's, I worked for Safeway, I worked for the council,
Yep,
I worked as a landscape gardener,
yep.
I worked as a bouncer in a nightclub.
Uh-huh.
I once went on night shift to Safeway, right? And I left my first wife at home Right.
Who's that, Francis?
Yeah, Francis, right. So I still
Yeah.
have night shift, so I cycled into Safeway.
Yeah.
Well, I started at 8 and I arrived late. I was like 5 past, 10 past, and the
Yeah.
manager was standing outside in the car park.
Waiting for you.
He's saying, "Get a move on you, you're late," he shouted out. And I said, "Shove your job up your arse," and turned the bike round and cycled up to Glasgow, and that's when I got my studio.
Was it?
Yeah, from Ayr to Glasgow on a bike,
A bike?
and I left my wife and everything.
Hey, Francis?
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered with her anymore.
Dad?
Bloody nuisance.
And then after that night,
Yeah,
and then you moved on to my mum, meeting up with my mum.
I met her in the Tron,
And then you met my mum in the Tron, didn't you, Dad?
and she was getting annoyed by 2 guys.
Who my mum was?
Yeah.
What guys?
They were just annoying her.
What did you do then, Dad?
I think I just went in and just told them to bugger off.
Told him to leave my mum alone.
Yeah, and that was how I got in.
Now you met my mum. Now you first met my mum
I
then.
know, a cruel twist of fate, as they say.
You met and kind of question, Dad.
Yep.
I take
If it
it.
hadn't been for your mother, you wouldn't have come about, would you?
No, I tell you, no. See me, my mum.
Yeah.
Me and my mum was probably a better married, wasn't it?
Was what?
I think that was a better marriage, wasn't it?
A better marriage than the first one?
The Francis.
Oh, a lot better, yeah. Tremendous, yeah.
So kind of question, no. Why that better? Why my mum a better married than my Francis then?
Well, it worked a lot more, you know, and it was like, you came along, you know.
Aye.
And,
And you love my mum more than you love Francis, didn't you?
oh, yes.
Didn't you?
Oh, yeah, and then I went to Bosnia, but when I came back from Bosnia, I wasn't very well, and I had to leave, and so that's when I left, you see, you know.
Can I tell my story?
Yeah.
Can I tell one story, please?
Yeah, if you want, yeah.
I came up to visit my dad in beef, wasn't it, Dad?
Yeah.
And beef, and I'm one of my old houses. But then I had to turn back and go back home the same day. My dad could be too ill to look after, to watch me, wasn't he, Dad?
Yeah.
My dad was too ill to look after me.
Well, I did see you for about half an hour.
But then I said, he was only about half an hour.
Well, I had to get rushed off to hospital again.
That was horrible, wasn't it,
Oh,
Dad?
I know, it was a horrible time. You hated that, didn't you?
I did.
I hated it as well. I suppose the first real time I was frightened was in Bosnia, and that was an Asperger nightmare because I don't like loud noises. And it was like constant explosions and rifle fire, and that was a nightmare the first time. And then I discovered the only way to the second time that I could handle the violence and the suffering was drink. I mean, I could drink like you wouldn't believe.
I wouldn't let my dad. I wouldn't let my dad touch the ball again.
No, she wouldn't let me do it again. I've got too much to lose, haven't I?
Well, I'd like to juxtapose this technique with our friend Ivo the dinosaur. This is for Lucie's benefit.
There's always been secrecy in this She's never given anything ever away. I don't think anyone's allowed to watch it or anything. I get dead tired sometimes when, you know, I find this more tiring than being in the studio. But it's good. I mean, it's not bad. I really enjoy it. But the studio is different kind of thing. This is just different. But I'm always tired. Sometimes I'm just desperate to get a sleep, you know, during the day. It's normally when I get a chance to sleep is now.
You can't tell them what's happening now, okay?
Right.
Right,
I'm not going to tell them. Let's go. First clue. Lucy, we've got to go out soon. Come on.
I know, but
Otherwise, you're not going to make it out. In here. Right.
follow me. Follow me.
Right.
Follow me.
Follow me. Walk this way.
Walk this way.
Right. Come on.
Follow me.
Yep.
Look.
Oh, not in here again. Not in here again. Bye.
Oh.
Use your eyes. You dumpling. Right, come on. Come on.
What do you think of this painting, Lucy?
Who knows? Who knows? Hi, look, I want a Johnson, Dad.
Oh, dear. Right, another 2 minutes. Oh, you dead?
Am I what?
You died?
I died of you need to play long. Yeah.
Did you enjoy filming that, Lucy? Lucy, did you enjoy filming?
I did, yeah.
You did? You're gonna fool me. Right, we'll see what happens. Right, ready, Lucy?
Okay.
It's something else, you really are.